Chapter 5: Tormenting Spirits, Marriage Disturbances. Obsessing spirits may purposefully torment helpless sensitives, sometimes for revenge, but more often with a desire to punish the latter, who they declare are interfering with them. These tormenting spirits frequently cause their victims to commit deeds of violence upon themselves and do not seem to suffer from pain, which they inflict upon the physical body of the sensitive, yet contradictory as it may seem, many labor under the delusion that the body of the mortal is their own. After the death of her husband, Mrs. L.W. developed a melancholia, which was followed by hallucinations of hearing, and constantly tormented by hearing the voices of spirits. She often dashed madly out of the house, screaming and pulling out her hair. At such times her daughter, who was clairvoyant, saw spirits about her mother, particularly the spirit of a jeering man, and the patient herself often saw this man saying, "There comes that terrible man again." The patient was brought from St. Louis to Los Angeles in the belief that a change of scene and climate would be beneficial, but the violent attacks increased. In these seizures, she bit her hands and arms, beat her face with a slipper, and tore off her clothes. She finally became uncontrollable and was taken to the psychopathic ward, declared insane, and committed to a sanitarium, where she remained for a year without any improvement. After escaping 3 times, she was placed in our care, and within a few months the tormenting spirits were taken away. The lady became entirely normal, has since remained well, and is assisting her daughter with her household occupations. A few days after her arrival at our institute, the spirit of the jeering man, so often seen by the patient's daughter, was removed and allowed to control Mrs. Wickland. Experience January 13, 1918. Spirit John Sullivan. Patient Mrs. L.W. Psychic Mrs. Wickland. The spirit struggled furiously for a time, and restraint was required. Spirit: "What in the world are you holding me for? I have nothing whatever to do with you folks. I don't like any of you. I don't see what right you have to hold me. I never did you any harm, and I'll make it pretty hot for you before I get through." Doctor: "You came to us as a stranger, and at once started fighting. What else could I do but hold you in restraint?" Spirit: "I don't want to be held down like this." Doctor: "Who are you?" Spirit: "Why should I tell you who I am? I don't know any of you, and I don't care who you are. Just leave me alone so that I can go." Doctor: "Tell us who you are, friend. You seem to be a pretty strong girl." Spirit: "If you take me for a girl, you had better look again." Doctor: "Tell us where you came from and what you want." Spirit: "What do you want to know for?" Doctor: "Perhaps we can help you out of your present condition." Spirit: "Don't hold me so tight, then I will talk." Doctor: "Tell us all about yourself." Spirit: "In the first place, I don't want those needles," referring to electrical treatments given to patient, "put on me. Then I have been kept a prisoner for a while. Now I'm out, I feel just like fighting, freed from the aura of the patient and the restraint placed upon him by intelligent spirits." "What in the world did you put all those needles on me for? If I can go away from here, I will go back home." Doctor: "Where is your home?" Spirit: "My home is where I came from." Doctor: "I am curious to know how you got those needles on your back." Spirit: "It was just like I was on fire every time I had them. I don't want to sit here and be held down, and I'm going." Doctor: "How did you happen to have the benefit of such needles? I'm very curious to know." Spirit: "I don't know myself, but I got them." Doctor: "How did you happen to come here?" Spirit: "I don't know." Doctor: "Did you come here with somebody you were attached to?" Spirit: "I was only attached to myself." Doctor: "Where have you been recently?" Spirit: "I have been in darkness. I got away from my home, then I could not see anything. It seemed as if I was blind." Doctor: "Were you not in a strange condition when you were in that place you call home?" Spirit: "It wasn't my real home, but it was just like it." Doctor: "Did you become disgusted sometimes and then act queerly?" Spirit: "Sometimes I did not know where I was, and then I acted up all the time. Once in a while we had a big fight. There were several people around, but I'll get them someday." Doctor: "Who were they?" Spirit: "Why, I don't know. All kinds of people." Doctor: "Were there any women?" Spirit: "There were so many you could not rest. Women. Someday I'm going to get a hold of the rest of them and shake them up." Doctor, I don't see why you should want to harm others. Spirit, one woman would come at me one way and another, and it made me mad. But what can a fellow do when he has a whole lot of women around? Other obsessing spirits in the patient's aura. Doctor, where do you think you are now? Spirit, where? I don't care where I am. Doctor, where have you been living? Spirit, we have been living at different places. We have been from one place to another until I am plumb disgusted with everything. I feel like running away so no one can find me. Doctor, you could not get away from yourself. Spirit, I've had nothing but women around me. Women, women, until I'm sick and tired of women. I got one woman down, and I bit and kicked, and still she clung to me. The patient, Mrs. L.W. She has no business to hang around me like she does. Someday I shall kill her. Doctor, do you know what you have been doing? Spirit, I don't care what I have been doing. I took a chunk out of her wrist one day, but she clung to me just the same. Then I pulled her hair out as much as I could, but still she clung. I couldn't get rid of her. Doctor, friend, wouldn't you like to know what you have been doing? Spirit, I don't care to know, but it makes me so mad because since I got those needles in me, I don't seem to have any power. Doctor, where is the woman now? Spirit, I haven't seen her in a while. Doctor, what harm did she ever do you? Spirit, she has no business to hang on to me like she does. Doctor, suppose we reverse matters and say that it is you who have been hanging on to her. Spirit, she has no business to dress me up in women's clothes and put women's hair on my head. Doctor, how long have you been dead? Spirit, dead? I'll show you that I'm not dead, and I will also show you that you are not strong enough to hold me either. Talk about me being dead, laughing harshly. Doctor, do you not realize that you have been in a strange condition for some time? Spirit, it is the worst I have ever been in. Keep your hands off me, for they are like fire. They are so hot. Doctor, has it ever occurred to you to ask how that woman could dress you up? Don't you think you have been very selfish? Spirit, selfish? Selfish, she's the selfish one. Doctor, suppose you were an ignorant spirit, hovering around the woman. Spirit, me. Hang around a woman. Not me, no, sir. Doctor, such things happen just the same. Did you ever read your Bible? Do you remember how they cast out spirits in olden times? You are also a spirit, such as they had to deal with. Spirit, there were devils, and I'll show you I'm no devil. Doctor, you have been tormenting a woman, and I chased you out with electricity. Spirit, well, now I've caught you, attempting to fight. I'll bet you are the one who put me in the dungeon. Now I will get that woman and bite her to pieces. That woman hung on to me all the time, and I want to get rid of her. Doctor, you were hanging on to her. She is rid of you now. Try to understand that you are a spirit and come to your senses. I am telling you the absolute truth. Spirit, I wish I could get a hold of that woman. I will smash her up good, and I will smash her face again. Doctor, why should you want to do harm to the woman? She is not bothering you. Spirit, I'd like to get after you too. Doctor, if you don't behave yourself, you will get more of the electricity. Spirit, I would rather stay here, but you hold me too tight. Doctor, you tell us you are a man, but we can't see you. We can only see a woman. Spirit, haven't you got any eyes? Don't you know I am a man? Doctor, you have women's clothes on. Spirit, I tore them off, but she put them on and I tore them off. Doctor, you have lost the woman that you say has been bothering you and are now controlling another woman. Spirit, what do you mean by that? Doctor, you are an ignorant earthbound spirit, hovering around the earth plane, bothering a woman. You are now using my wife's body. Spirit, I am not using anybody's body but my own. Why did that woman hang on to me? Doctor, you are doing the hanging on. Since you have been taken away from her, the woman is getting along nicely. Spirit, did you put me in that dungeon? Doctor, no. Intelligent spirits put you there. You are very selfish. Selfish to the last degree. Don't you think you should try to realize your condition? If your record were written, would you care to have everybody read it? Spirit, I don't care. I get so mad to think I should have a woman hanging on to me and then have her dress me in women's clothes. I hate women. Doctor, that lady has been brought here because she has been bothered by foolish spirits. We realized that it was obsession, and we drove you away with electrical treatments. We are now trying to bring you to your senses. Spirit, if I could just get a hold of that woman, I would bite her to pieces. I will bite her arms